Students. Today we will be discussing the first topic for our writing reports. And to begin with, we will be having the concept paper. Let's first define what a concept paper is. A concept paper is the summary of the document of a project proposal that tells what the project is all about, the reasons for conducting the project, and how it will be carried out. Last time I also asked you, what will come first, submission of a project proposal or submission of a concept paper? And most of you had answered concept paper first because the concept paper will serve as the background or will serve as the way you present your topic. And if the concept paper is accepted, you can give the submission of your project proposal. It means it will be providing an overview. The concept paper is providing an overview of your intended project proposal. And if you have funding agencies or somebody to give funds to your project, they will be telling you if the paper will be approved or disapproved by means of scrutinizing first the concept papers that you have submitted. Why we have to write concept papers? They have several uses. First one, concept papers serve as a foundation of the full proposal. So it means it will function as the skeleton. It will determine whether the project is feasible or not. When you say feasible, will it be pushed through? Will it be attainable? Or it is just impossible to be conducted? Another is it piqued the interest of potential funding agencies. If your concept paper is interesting, there would be tendencies that the potential funding agencies would support or approve your paper. Obtains informal feedback on the ideas prior to preparing the full proposal. So it means that you will be receiving feedback or comments or suggestions from the checkers or the funding agency, whether you have to pursue or you have to reject or you have to cut the ideas or you have to push through with the topic that you want to have. So they will be giving you insights. Or in case you want this to push through, they will be making or giving you suggestions on how it should be improved or corrected. And last one, it helps in addressing social issues which plague our society. And basically, as I explained to you last time, we write project proposals to solve certain issues, or if there's something missing or lacking in your way of life, or those things that hinder your teaching and learning in class, you can make a proposal. And first, you have to come up with a concept paper of your proposal first. Not just a classroom scenario class, but happening on your environment. But then, if there's a certain problem with it, you can make a proposal that will solve it. But now, let's have first the parts of the concept paper. The parts of the concept paper may also vary depending on the nature of the project or activity when it is used in a specific discipline. Below are two outlines of the concept paper based on the context. And as I told you last time, we have different patterns on how to write a concept paper as well as the inclusion. But then it still depends upon the institutional format that we are following. But then I will be showing you at least two example pattern of the outline of a concept paper. The first one is concept paper for a project. Use the structure below when you want to propose a certain tangible project in your discipline. When you say tangible, everything that you can touch or will produce a concrete output. First one, it must contain the cover page. And what's the inclusion of the cover page? The proponent's name, proponent's contact number, and email address, of course, and proponent's agency, the date of submission. That's the content of the cover page. We also have additional content. Introduction. What's the inclusion of introduction? Short description of the proponent's agency, major accomplishments, and capability to undertake the proposed project, and the reasons why the funding agency should support the project. So it means in the introduction, you must tell how you could make the project feasible. Do you have what it takes to be a project innovator or the one who proposed the project? What are your qualifications or capabilities? And then what have you accomplished so far? Then also, in the introduction, you can nearly persuade why you have to or why they have to fund your work. So it means you have to convince them that your project is worth funding for. Another example is the rationale or background. It contains the state of the problem to be solved and the state of the project's significance. There, you will explain why you have conducted the study. Have you observed a certain problem or phenomena that needs solution? And tell why the project needs to be conducted by giving its significance or the benefits that you or they will get from having such project. We also have here the project description. This must contain the objective of the project, the methodology or the action plan, what are the steps that you should do, the series of activities that you need to perform for the project to be completed, as well as the timeline or the set of schedule that you need or needed to be followed as part of the progress monitoring, and also the anticipated outcome or what would be the potential effect or what will happen if the project has been completed and how the outcome will be evaluated. It means you will explain, okay, how the output or the end product will be accepted or not, or how it will be assessed, in other words. Then another, project needs and cost. Okay, there's always a budgetary requirement whenever we do a certain project, right? So I don't think so that there is a project that does not require any needs or costs. Probably we have not just in monetary but also in machinery, in the man or the person who will do the task, the moment or the time, and other factors that will affect. So, in other words, it's not always the money as part of the cost, but also your time, your effort, your resources, and other things aside from the monetary. Okay, so here, use the structure below when you intend to present an idea or concept for a research you want to pursue. Okay, so another pattern that we have is a concept paper for academic research. The one I have shown you before is a concept paper for a project proposal, but this one is for research. The first pattern is having a content page. What is the inclusion? Research title, name of the school, the date of submission. We also have background of the study, why it is also patterned with a thesis or a research paper, because the concept paper is intended for academic research. So you state the field you are researching on, state the problems to be addressed by the research, provide statistics and previous studies to prove your claim. So it must be supported by details and reasons in conducting the research. And also theoretical and practical implications. It means you have to do related literature readings for you to be supported with facts or details about the existing study or existing findings about a topic that you are delving. Continually, we have the following preliminary literature review. It's the inclusion, the theoretical framework, major related literature review of at least 5, and brief synthesis of the reviewed literature and studies. It means that you really have to read because the background of the study tells why you come up with the study, and the literature review would support your idea of why you come up with the study. Then also include the statements of the problem or objectives. State the general problem in one sentence and state your specific research questions or objectives. So we have the general statement followed by the specific objectives. Also the same pattern as how you write your research papers or your thesis papers. And yes, we will be ending with this summary. A concept paper is an academic writing which aims to provide a summary document of what a project or research is about prior to its actual implementation or funding. It also addresses societal problems since it aims to achieve solutions in a well-planned process. So class, I told you last time that you have to submit first a concept paper before you submit your project proposal. So it means the first pattern will be the one that you have to use. So going back with the template. Okay, concept paper for a project. This would be the pattern that you will adopt since you will be submitting a project proposal. It must contain your cover page, introduction, rationale or background, project description, project needs and cost, and that's all. So how many inclusions for your submission? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it means your concept paper for a project needs 5 contents. And you can submit that to me via NEULMS, and I will be approving whether you will continue with the same topic or I will be suggesting another related to your interest or the topic that you have submitted. So if you have other questions, okay, feel free to message me on our GC. Okay, so that would be all for today, and I hope that you have something in mind or you could start your proposal or project proposal already as you prepare your concept paper. With that, goodbye and have a great day.